Baby, is kinda crazy. Luxembourg hasn't entered in 31 years, baby.
T'as plus 20 ans, t'as plus le temps de faire l'enfant, de faire que la fête.
Welcome back to Lyra's cozy little Eurovision corner. Today we're taking a listen to the Luxembourgish entry, which I was actually particularly excited for, as Luxembourg was absent from the competition for very long before this point. They're finally back, and they held a pre-selection which I was heavily considering going to, actually. I missed out because there was an even rarer concert opportunity that presented itself on the same day, but the venue is actually relatively easy to get to for me, so I would love to attend in the future. Their grand statement of return is called Fighter, and it's by Tali golergant. Tali was born in Israel but spent quite a decent chunk of her youth in Luxembourg. And before we get into the song, that's something that I have to say I really appreciate, which is Luxembourg not turning into another San Marino. Ultimately, I'm looking at this contest as just a music nerd. I want the best music to end up in the contest, but it is very nice to see like actual Luxembourgish artists, or at least people with a decent connection to Luxembourg, entering for Luxembourg. Whilst I don't see it as an absolute necessity, because again, like, the song prevails, in my opinion, it's still really refreshing to see, because you don't really hear from Luxembourg a lot in a cultural sense. And to be fair, I'm not really sure this entry is like the best representation of Luxembourgish culture either, because it's just a relatively accessible pop song. Although curiously, it is sung in a mixture of about 80% French and 20% English, which is also the way I communicate with people when I'm in Luxembourg. The first thing the song reminds me of actually is May Muller's entry for last year. This is a similarly no-frills, well-written pop song, well-composed, well-produced. Tali's vocals are flawless and it's a massive earworm. It does feel a bit like Luxembourg playing it a bit safe, which I guess I can't fault them for. A lot of my favourite Eurovision entries are not the ones that try to appeal to a broad audience like this does, but instead try to find their niche and do it really well. But even if this song is not like a beacon of originality, I can still really appreciate it for what it is. And I especially really enjoy the sections at the end of the choruses with the very fast-paced French lyrics and the almost sort of Middle Eastern melodies. On first listen, I thought the English bits sounded a bit forced in. I kind of like them now. Still think the song would be just as good if it was entirely in French, but I can't really say I'm bothered by them anymore. And it does make it slightly easier for me to sing in the shower, so I guess that's bonus points. Overall, yeah, this is quite a solid entry. I'm very happy for Luxembourg and I'm looking forward to seeing it live. I think it's going to do relatively well, although I wouldn't expect like a massive result, but that's fine. I certainly enjoy it and I'm looking forward to seeing what Luxembourg has in store after this. That was it. More Eurovision reviews here. Subscribe to my channel here. I'm not used to doing this fucking YouTube thing. See you next time, because remember, we're not in Malmo yet. Bye.